Now, to start off this video, I do just want to give a slight round of applause, okay? Because yesterday, I didn't upload a video, not because I was being lazy, okay? But because there was literally nothing to talk about, which means YouTube went a whole day without any drama kicking off. Congratulations, YouTube. This is really a monumental moment. It's the first time in a few months where I've had to take a day off just because there was nothing to talk about, so that's good, I guess. But of course, in true YouTube fashion, we are back today to talk about stuff that happened in the past 24 hours, okay? We're gonna start with MrBeast. Now, MrBeast was actually on Impulsive yesterday, and the title of Impulsive was The Time MrBeast Almost Died, okay? Which is usually like somewhat of a title you would see on YouTube when people over-exaggerate a story. But when it got to MrBeast telling the story of how he almost died, it wasn't exaggerated. The bloke almost died. Now, the whole segment of them talking about it is maybe about 15 minutes long, so obviously I can't just play the whole segment here for you guys, so it is on the Impulsive video. But I'm going to try and make it like a long story short, okay? MrBeast was driving home from a shoot. One of his friends was driving, and his other friends were in the back, okay? As they're driving down a main road, I'm not actually sure what the speed limit is in America on a highway. In England, it's 70 miles per hour, so I'm going to assume it's the same. Maybe it's not. But let's say they're going about 70 or whatever. The guy's driving or whatnot, and then all of a sudden he says, "Oh, can we pull over soon? I don't feel so good." A few minutes later, the guy's head hits down like this, almost looking like he's fell asleep. Now, because of this, MrBeast actually grabs the wheel and is having to steer for him while he's trying to wake this guy up. The guy's not waking up. The guy in the back is fucking punching this guy trying to wake him up. The guy's still not waking up. And then at this point, MrBeast has to reach over, press the brake with his hand while he's still steering with the other hand from the passenger seat to pull over the car. The car finally pulls over. Then all of a sudden, this guy wakes back up, slams his foot on the accelerator, and they start going again. And if I'm getting this correct, they end up crashing the car slightly, or MrBeast actually has to purposely crash the car to stop the car. And at this point, obviously, they're pissed off at the friend, thinking he fell asleep and nearly killed him. Turns out the guy actually technically died. His heart actually stopped beating, and they found out he had this rare condition. So yeah, actually, genuinely a really, really dangerous situation. And MrBeast says if anyone else was in the passenger seat other than him, like any of his friends, they could have potentially died, because MrBeast had this thing when he was a child where he could have stopped a car crashing by doing a similar thing and didn't do it. So he's been beating himself up ever since, so he knew what to do in this situation. Obviously, thankfully, they all are okay, but I'm about to play a clip dead quick of MrBeast explaining it so you can see.
So I instantly am like, this fucker fell asleep. So I grabbed the wheel. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I'm just kind of like keeping the car going straight. And I just yell, "Wake the fuck up." And I'm like yelling, and he's not waking up. And a few seconds go by, and then Tyler in the back seat literally punches him in the head. His head just goes to the side. And doesn't,
knocked him out. He was gonna wake up, and then he knocked him out cold. What do you do when you're trying to wake up your friend? Knock him out. Knock him out.
So we're just
I hope he wakes up.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, it was an interesting segment. The whole podcast is pretty good as well, so if you want to check that out, it's obviously on the Impulsive channel. And yeah, thankfully he was okay. Now, moving on to the next topic. In the last video, we actually spoke about how a guy called Jake was actually making a video to him how the D'Amelios didn't pay him for his work. Now, following this, the guys actually went on the H3 podcast to talk further about this whole situation.
I took all those tweets down because her manager called me threatening legal action if I didn't.
What the fuck? It's like you can't get him on the phone, and then the minute you talk about it, he starts, "Oh, you deleted it?"
I deleted all of the tweets.
So as you can see, he's talking about how he had to delete all the tweets because when Charli's team actually first contacted him, he was obviously scared. They threatened legal action, and obviously they have a lot of money to work with. It would be very fucking intimidating. I would potentially do the same. But the thing I find crazy, and they do go to talk about this briefly in just a second, but it's mental how quick, like, the team actually contacted him when he posted a few bad tweets saying, "Oh, they didn't pay me," but they weren't contacting him when he's asking to be paid. Like, come on, get your fucking priorities straight, surely.
Yeah, I would love, like, I mean, $500, that would be sick, buddy. But no, it's not in the slightest. But he called me and was like, "Listen, I understand that you're frustrated, but I need you to now delete all those tweets, or else we'll have to get lawyers involved because you're making false claims."
Now, the most crazy thing about this is that I'm sitting here thinking, surely getting your team to contact this guy and threaten legal action and go through all of this shit is a lot more time consuming than just bank transferring someone $500, especially when the people who are bank transferring $500 are worth millions. I mean, $500 to their team is probably the equivalent of, like, you and I maybe spending, like, £3 or $3 if you're American. Like, you know, if we go to McDonald's or something, it's probably the same amount of a risk. But yeah, it seems like there still hasn't really been any progress with it when, like I said, it could be really, really easy. It's going to be interesting. Are the D'Amelios going to try and threaten legal action again? If they are, I can only see it ending negatively towards them. It's just going to make them look really fucking bad. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. How do you think this is actually going to turn out? Do you think they're just going to pay the $500, which makes logical sense, or do you think they're trying to go the long route? Okay, let me know. And now onto the last topic. Okay, Trisha Paytas has uploaded yet another video on the Trish Talks channel. Now, remember a few days ago we did a video talking about the Trish Talks channel, and it's basically like Darman version 2, except this newest one Trish has uploaded is called Angry Karen Attacks. So this is going to be an emotional piece, as you can tell. Now, unlike the other ones, it has to be said, I have actually watched this. I do know what it is, because I don't have really time to show the whole video in this video. But I'm going to give you a bit of a backstory before I show you a bit of a clip of it, okay? So, in this Trish Talks, okay, which meant to be obviously like a very emotional piece, it is basically Trisha showing their experience with a Karen. They do their standard Karen things by knocking on the door and telling Trisha to take down a flag, but the American flag is okay. They also say that they don't want to wear the mask inside stores and whatnot, okay? Like the standard things we've seen in many viral videos. But then here's the big twist. At the end of it, it turns out that this Karen is actually Trisha's mother, and Trisha's mother in this skit has dementia. So the whole motivational piece at the end is like Trisha saying, don't judge people because you don't know what they're going through. Which I've got to say, there's a few things you could possibly say about that. First of all, being a Karen doesn't equals dementia. That's just not an equation. So I do get where they're coming from, okay? Maybe you should be nice even if these people are being horrible in case they're going through something. But then you could say the same, why would you argue with Gabby Hanna? Because Gabby Hanna could be going through something and you're having a bit of a back and forth. So it doesn't really make too much sense. I think the comments, shared that exact same opinion. But either way, I'm not here to overanalyze the video or anything. I just want to have a look at Trisha Paytas attempting to act again.
Aaron? This doesn't concern you, young lady! Is everything okay?
I'm just trying to tell her we can help her give her a mask. She has to wear one in the store.
Can I show you something really quick? I just want to show. What are you doing? Are you filming me? Leave me alone! Oh, I'm scared! You're attacking me! You're attacking me! It's fine. Don't touch me! Don't touch me! No! No! I wanted to show. Somebody help me! Leave me alone.
So as you can see, a true blockbuster hit. So yeah, I've got to say, I do love the Trish Talks channel right now. I've learned many, many things. I've learned to be nice to people in the gym. I've learned to not be mean to people who are giving me popcorn. And I've learned that all Karens should be forgiven. Is that what I've got so far? Great, this is perfect. This is so educational. But yeah, either way, let me know your thoughts on the video if you have seen it. Let me know your thoughts on everything we spoke about in today's video. And I guess until tomorrow, because, you know, uploading daily and all that's kind of how it works, that is going to be it for the video. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, goodbye. Up-and-coming MCU will see it in my eyes. Every time they drop the mic, I swear I got hypnotized. Racing back in the day.